Good morning. We are in chapter 4 of the book of A Spy in Siberia, and this was due today, which is Monday. I asked you to do the activities. We have activities 3 and 4. You can put the answers to the activities below this video in the comment section with number 3. Put in the correct order, and then in number 4 you can write the answers. Okay, and then I can see if you actually did the activities, and you can put your name or whatever with your answers. Okay. But we're gonna read chapter 4 quickly together. So we have this chapter 4 of A Spy in Siberia, a fascinating discovery. If you have your book, you can read it. I can also get you a picture of the pages as well. If you would like that, you can read that. A fascinating discovery. Tanat was afraid, but he agreed to take Fiona up to the mountains to see where the green and blue lights had appeared. They traveled together on the back of a sledge pulled by many dogs. These dogs had been a present from a neighboring tribe after all Tanat's dogs were killed. Without dogs, nobody could get around. As they moved over the snow, Fiona took out a pair of heat-seeking binoculars and began to look for people in the mountains ahead. If there were people out there, they would appear as red shapes on the screen. She didn't see anybody, but there were many small areas of red on the ground where the temperature was hotter than it was supposed to be. She also noticed areas of gray rock where the snow had melted. "Isn't this area usually covered with snow?" she asked. "Yes," said Tanat. "It's very strange." At the base of the mountains, they left the sledge and continued on foot. The climb was difficult, but Tanat was used to it, and Fiona was athletic and strong. She started to have fun. This was exactly the kind of adventure she enjoyed the most. Then, a dark cloud appeared above them. Hard, cold rain began to fall. Lightning illuminated the sky. Tanat shouted over the sound of the storm so Fiona could hear him through the auto-translator. "This is very strange," he shouted. "We never get rain at this time of the year. We must go back. It isn't safe." "No," shouted Fiona. "We have to go on." Fiona could not explain it, but she knew that the bright light was at the heart of this mystery. She was certain that the cause of the storm and the heat in the ground came from this mountain. "I'm going to get back rain equipment from the sledge," shouted Tanat. "You can wait here for me if you want to. I know how to function in this weather." "Don't worry about me. I'll be fine," shouted Fiona. "Wait for me at the base of the mountain." She tightened her hood around her face and continued climbing alone. She battled for hours against the freezing wind and heavy rain. Sometimes she could hardly see where she was going. But by the time she reached a flat area of rock, the storm had stopped, and the black clouds disappeared, and the sun began to shine through. Fiona looked around using her heat-seeking binoculars. There was nobody else on the mountain. Tanat had described the area where the amazing lights had originated a few nights before. She believed she was in that exact area. There was a wide cave in the rock ahead of her, so she went to explore it. Inside it was dark, but using the night vision function on her binoculars, she could see perfectly. Fiona walked deeper into the cave. The air was warm around her, and there was a strange smell, like an old campfire hanging in the air. She kept walking, hoping she wouldn't encounter a dangerous animal. She took out her stun gun just in case. The cave went deeper and deeper. Fiona moved slowly and carefully, one step at a time. She felt sure that she would find something important in here. As she moved quietly, Fiona noticed something in the distance. It looked like a giant egg which had opened like a flower. She walked up to it and immediately felt the heat generating from it. The smell was also much stronger here. The giant egg was a capsule which stood on a metal structure. It was made of shiny metal and half her size. It was split into quarters, and Fiona could see that it was empty inside. She touched it for a second, but pulled her hand back with a loud cry. It was red hot. Fiona started to solve the mystery in her head. Whatever this thing was, she knew it was built by some kind of specialist. Here was a very professional, highly technical machine, hidden deep inside a cave that was difficult to access. It was obviously supposed to be top secret. She assumed that whatever had been inside the capsule was now released, and the person who had done this had now disappeared. Had Tanat's dogs disturbed the people who had on their way to the cave? Was that why they were killed? Fiona took photographs of the capsule to show the agency. It was impossible to move it. It was too big and hot. She had a final look around and went back into the sunlight. She sat on a rock and drank some water, trying to understand exactly what she had discovered. She looked over each photograph carefully, zooming in and looking for clues. Perhaps she could guess which country it came from. Bingo, she shouted as she noticed some tiny writing on the inside of the capsule. She zoomed in, hoping to recognize the language. There were some numbers and a message printed in very small letters. Was it the name of a company? Fiona didn't recognize the words, so she typed them into the auto-translator. The message told her that the language was Swedish. She pressed the button to translate the message into English and was surprised by the result. The words that were written were, "Help me." Wow. So that's chapter 4. There's different words here that are important. One is sledge. Sledge is a type of, well, you can see it. You can see it in the picture. This here is a sledge. Heat-seeking binoculars. Binoculars are the things that you can look through to see things that are far away and they come closer. Heat-seeking would be it sees heat instead of seeing color and seeing light. Instead of looking for those things, it looks for temperature. And obviously if it's hotter, it's red, and if it's colder, it's green or blue. She says a flat area of the rock. A flat is stable, something that is steep. It has the rock is like this, but something that's flat is like this, where you can place things. We also mentions a stun gun. A stun gun isn't a normal gun. A stun gun is a gun that puts people to sleep. For example, if an animal comes to attack you, a stun gun makes the animal sleep. Released. When something is captured, it's maybe inside your house. But for example, you're inside your house in quarantine right now. But when the quarantine is lifted, you're released. Okay? Disturbed. Disturbed is when someone comes in and you want privacy, and someone comes in and breaks your privacy. And so you're disturbed. Clues. Clues is when there's a mystery. You don't know the answer, and so you're looking for clues. You're looking for things to help you find the solution. And then type is obviously what you do on your phone or what you do on your computer to insert characters, to be able to communicate. You can type into your phone, you can type into your computer. And for Fiona, she's typing into her auto translator. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to in the comments below this video, place the correct order in number 3 and answer the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and place your name by your answer so I see that you did your homework. Okay, and hope you're all doing well. I miss seeing you all, every one of you, and stay at home. Okay, don't be going outside, and hopefully we'll be together soon. Okay, goodbye.